People are canceling their streaming subscriptions in record numbers. And it's not just Netflix. It's Disney Plus, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, all of them. 2026 is shaping up to be the year streaming services finally face the consequences of their own greed. Let me show you the numbers and explain why this collapse was inevitable. In the fourth quarter of 2025, the major streaming platforms lost a combined 8.3 million subscribers. Netflix lost 2.1 million. Disney Plus lost 1.8 million. Warner Bros. Discovery, which owns HBO Max, lost 1.4 million. Paramount Plus lost 900,000. Even Amazon Prime Video saw slowdowns. This isn't a blip. This is a trend. Why is this happening? 3 words. Subscription fatigue. Remember when Netflix was the only game in town? You paid $9 a month and got almost everything. Now, to watch all the shows and movies you want, you need Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Apple TV Plus, Peacock, Paramount Plus, and maybe a few niche services like Criterion or Shudder. That's easily $120 per month. That's more than cable used to cost. We've come full circle. And it's not just the cost, it's the fragmentation. You want to watch Stranger Things? Netflix. Want The Mandalorian? Disney Plus? Want House of the Dragon? HBO Max? Want to watch NFL games? That's on Amazon Thursday nights, Peacock on Sunday mornings, and traditional networks the rest of the time. It's exhausting. People are tired of juggling 10 different apps, 10 different passwords, 10 different billing cycles. The streaming companies made this worse by all launching their own services instead of licensing content to each other. Disney pulled their movies from Netflix to put them on Disney Plus. NBC pulled The Office from Netflix to put it on Peacock. Every studio decided they needed their own platform. And now we have this fragmented mess where content is spread across a dozen services and nobody's happy. But here's where it gets interesting. The streaming services are panicking. Their solution? Raise prices and crack down on password sharing. Netflix led the charge. They raised prices again in 2025. The basic plan went from $10 to $12. The standard plan went from $15 to $18. And they aggressively banned password sharing, forcing people to pay for extra accounts if family members live in different households. Did it work? Short term, yes. Netflix added some subscribers after the password crackdown. But long term, they're bleeding users. People who were willing to pay $9 aren't willing to pay $18. People who shared accounts with family just canceled instead of paying extra. The price elasticity finally hit a breaking point. Disney followed the same playbook. Disney Plus raised prices from $8 to $13 for the ad-free tier. They introduced an ad-supported tier at $8 to soften the blow, but ads on a streaming service people are already paying for? That's insulting. And the ads aren't even well-targeted. You pay $8 to watch The Mandalorian and get interrupted by car commercials and pharmaceutical ads. No thank you. HBO Max, sorry. They rebranded to just Max. Raised their ad-free plan to $17 per month. Paramount Plus went to $12. Apple TV Plus stayed at $7, but they have way less content. The average cost of the major streaming services is now over $14 each. If you want 5 services, that's $70 a month minimum. Most people want more than 5. The math doesn't work. And the content quality has dropped. Streaming services are canceling shows after 1 or 2 seasons to avoid paying residuals. They're pulling completed shows from their platforms for tax write-offs. HBO Max literally deleted finished movies like Batgirl to save money. Disney is removing older content from Disney Plus. The promise of streaming was that everything would be available forever. That was a lie. People are also getting sick of the churn. Every streaming service has maybe 2 or 3 must-watch shows per year. The rest is filler. So smart consumers are gaming the system. Subscribe to Netflix for a month. Binge Stranger Things and whatever else looks good. Subscribe to HBO Max. Binge House of the Dragon. Cancel. Rotate through services. Never pay for more than 1 or 2 at a time. The streaming companies hate this. They call it churning. They want you subscribed year-round even if you're only watching 1 month out of 4. Too bad. Consumers figured out the optimal strategy, and it's destroying the business model. So what are the streaming services doing? Bundling. Disney now offers a bundle with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus for $20 a month. Warner Bros. Offers Max and Discovery Plus together. Paramount is bundling Paramount Plus with Showtime. They're trying to recreate the cable bundle model, which is hilarious because streaming was supposed to kill the cable bundle, and they're all losing money. Netflix is the only profitable streamer. Disney's direct-to-consumer division, which includes Disney Plus and Hulu, lost $4 billion in 2023. Warner Bros. Discovery is drowning in debt. Paramount is desperately looking for a buyer. Peacock loses over $1 billion a year. The entire streaming industry is built on unsustainable economics. Here's the dirty secret. Streaming only worked when companies were willing to burn investor money to gain market share. Netflix spent billions on content because Wall Street rewarded subscriber growth. Disney launched Disney Plus at a massive loss because they needed to compete. Everyone was playing a game of chicken, assuming someone else would blink first, but now the money's drying up. Interest rates are higher, so cheap capital isn't available. Investors want profits, not just subscriber counts. And suddenly all these companies realize they can't afford to keep producing endless content at a loss. So they're cutting budgets, canceling shows, and raising prices. And consumers are saying, nope, I'm out. The piracy numbers tell the story. After declining for years, piracy is surging again. Illegal streaming sites saw a 45% traffic increase in 2025. VPN downloads spiked. Torrent activity is back to levels not seen since the early 2010s. When legal streaming was convenient and affordable, people stopped pirating. Now that it's expensive and fragmented, they're going back to piracy. And honestly, I get it. If you want to watch everything legally, you're paying over $100 a month across multiple platforms. Or you can find an illegal site that has everything in one place for free. It's not right, but it's rational. The streaming services created this problem by making legal access so inconvenient and expensive. So where does this go? I see 3 possible futures. Future 1, consolidation. The number of streaming services drops from 12 to maybe 4 or 5. Smaller players like Peacock and Paramount Plus get absorbed into bigger platforms. Content becomes less fragmented. Prices stabilize. This is the best-case scenario. Future 2, the cable bundle returns. Streaming services fully embrace bundling. You subscribe to a mega bundle that includes Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Paramount Plus for $60 a month. It's cheaper than paying separately, but you're locked into paying for services you don't use. This is basically cable with extra steps. Future 3, collapse and rebuild. Several streaming services shut down entirely. The industry goes through a painful correction. Content gets licensed more broadly again instead of being locked to specific platforms. A new model emerges, maybe something we haven't thought of yet. This is the most disruptive, but possibly the healthiest long-term. My prediction? We're heading toward Future 2 with elements of Future 1. Disney will probably acquire or merge with another service. Warner Bros. Discovery might buy Paramount. Apple might get more aggressive. But ultimately we'll end up with giant bundles that feel a lot like cable, just delivered over the internet instead of through a cable box. The irony is painful. Streaming was supposed to disrupt cable. Cheaper, more convenient, consumer-friendly. Instead, it became exactly what it replaced. Expensive, fragmented, filled with ads, and controlled by giant corporations nickel and diming customers. We've gone full circle. The only winners here are consumers who are willing to rotate subscriptions, pirate content, or just watch less TV. Everyone else is getting squeezed. The streaming companies are losing money, Hollywood workers are getting laid off, and viewers are getting price hikes and worse service. 2026 is the reckoning. Either streaming services figure out a sustainable model that doesn't punish consumers, or people keep canceling and the whole house of cards collapses. Personally, I hope it collapses. Maybe then we'll get something better on the other side. What do you think? How many streaming services are you subscribed to? Have you canceled any recently? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on the streaming wars and where entertainment is heading, hit that subscribe button. We're covering the business of Hollywood and tech. See you in the next one.